Tonight, we're getting two sky shows at once: the Taurid meteor shower and the biggest, brightest supermoon of the year. Let's break down what you'll see and why this combo is so special. When people say shooting stars, they're really talking about tiny bits of rock hitting our atmosphere. Often they're no bigger than sand, but they move so fast that they burn up in a glowing streak. The Taurid shower happens because Earth is driving through a long river of debris left behind by Comet Encke. Every year, around late October and November, we cross this dusty space highway again. The Taurids are split into two branches, the southern and northern Taurids. They seem to come from the constellation Taurus, the bull, which is why they share that name. Compared with many other showers, the Taurids are slow but dramatic. You won't see hundreds per hour, but the ones you do catch can be big, bright fireballs that hang in the sky for a second or two. Those extra bright meteors are so famous that astronomers nicknamed them Halloween fireballs. Some years are quiet, but other years deliver flashes so bright they momentarily light up the landscape. Here's the basic science. Comet Encke loops around the Sun roughly every 3 years, leaving behind dust and small rocks. Earth's orbit slices through that trail, and gravity slowly spreads the debris into a thick stream. When a Taurid particle slams into our atmosphere at around 27 kilometers per second, the air in front of it compresses and heats up. The rock glows, then vaporizes, and you see that as a bright streak of light. Now let's add the second star of the show, the supermoon. A supermoon is just a full moon that happens when the moon is near its closest point to Earth in its slightly oval orbit, called perigee. Most of the time, the moon's distance gently changes. When a full moon lines up with perigee, it can look up to about 14% larger and around 30% brighter than the faintest full moons. This week's full moon is the closest of the whole year, sometimes called the Hunter's or Beaver supermoon. In simple terms, it's the biggest, brightest full moon you'll see in 2025. To your eyes, it won't suddenly look huge, but side-by-side photos show the difference clearly. The moon looks a little fuller, the shadows on its craters are sharper, and it casts stronger light on the ground. That bright supermoon is both a blessing and a curse for the Taurids. It washes out the faint, tiny meteors, but the really big fireballs are so bright they can punch straight through the moonlight. So what should you do if you want to watch? First, get away from streetlights if you can. Find a dark, open spot where you can see a wide slice of sky, especially toward the east, where Taurus rises. Give your eyes at least 20 minutes to adapt to the dark. Don't stare at one point. Relax and scan the sky slowly instead. Meteor showers reward patience more than anything else. The best time is usually late evening to after midnight, when Taurus is higher. You don't need a telescope. Actually, it makes things worse because it shows only a tiny part of the sky. If you love filming, use a wide-angle lens or your phone on a tripod with long exposure or night mode video. You might catch a Taurid fireball streaking past the super bright moon. That's pure YouTube gold. One cool detail: the debris that makes these meteors is ancient. Many scientists think a much larger comet broke apart tens of thousands of years ago, leaving Encke and a whole family of fragments behind. So every Taurid you see is a tiny piece of that ancient breakup, finishing its life in our sky. And the supermoon lighting everything up? That's our own natural spotlight on the whole performance. If your skies are cloudy tonight, don't stress. The Taurids stretch over several weeks, and the moon will still look huge for a few nights. Just step outside, look up, and remember how busy space really is.